Hello, everyone. Just checking in for week two. Since what we're doing this week really consists of reading a couple of Board of Ethical Review cases, one of the things you might want to do is just Google NSPE Board of Ethical Review. Just get a sense of what the Board of Ethical Review is and what the BER cases are, what they are, and what they're meant to do. I think just the general background that you should know is that the BER cases are, as they say, advisory. They're not actual cases where they decide the fate of actual people. They are purely for teaching purposes. Some of them are based on, I think most of them are based on actual events, actual cases. But oftentimes the facts are changed or limited for the purposes of presenting something which displays a kind of a clear message. So really what they are is exercises in the application of the NSPE Code of Ethics to hypothetical, you might say, situations, but specific situations. And they don't really entail any sort of authority to sanction engineers. They're really there to do what we're doing with them, which is to use them to explore engineering ethics and to get a sense of how, more specifically, how the NSPE Code of Ethics would actually be applied to real life situations. So you might want to look that up. The NSPE website ethics component is just an incredible resource for engineering ethics, and I have drawn upon it heavily in my own teaching of engineering ethics. But here we're looking at a couple cases. As I said, in videos, one of the reasons I like these cases is that they're comparatively trivial. They're not about really, really big issues. That comes when we discuss things like first canon issues, which these are not. This is 05-3 is about not returning messages. And what's the other one called? 1-10 is about getting a trip, accepting a trip for purposes of job interview under sort of dubious with a dubious motivation. But neither of these things is really that big a deal. But that's one of the reasons I like it, because it's not earth shaking. It's not really, really important stuff, but it's stuff that goes to the question of what it means to be a professional, I think. And I think it highlights the whole idea of professional ethics, and is good in that respect. So a couple of really interesting cases, I think fun cases, in the sense that because it's not about public safety, it's not about life and death, it's about how you approach what you do as an engineer and what it means to approach that with the consciousness that you're a member of a profession, and that perhaps because of that, your obligations in both cases, sort of ordinary, everyday, sort of trivial matters, but if the consciousness that you are a member of a profession is there, then how you approach even those everyday, sort of mundane, not so incredibly important things does become important. So that's the idea, is just to look at a couple cases, discuss them, and maybe highlight some questions about what it means to be a member of a profession.